His ally to the president are concerned about, that probably it is too soon. And probably I didn't ask you that question. Do you agree that probably for the president, he would have waited a bit longer, probably so that he can have a better explanation about the handshake, wait until some of these projects are complete so that he can come and open officially? Is it too soon for the president to embark on this trip?
Yes, it is. But the question we need to ask ourselves is, what informs President Ruto's decisions? Is it really service to the people or politics and commercial interests? I think that is a major question. Because listening to my colleague here, he's saying that even MPs, who support him, and even the dailies have reported that they are advising that he holds on a bit. But then he says, he would look a coward if he didn't do it this time. So what does that tell you? It tells you that what worries President William Ruto is not delivery of services. It is optics. And that's why he must come. But rationally, arguing, he has no reason to come to Mount Kenya at this time. Because, of course, he has annoyed the people from that region. He has not done any project in that region. And like you're saying, most of the projects will be CDF projects. I remember him once coming to launch an Uji product, a program by the county in a town called Kangari in my county. And we were there and we took mugs of Uji. That's a county government project. And so the other thing you need to ask yourself is to really interrogate President William Ruto's modus operandi. Is this a president who wants to sit in office and work? Or a president who likes being on car roofs and doing politics all the time? And if the events of the past 2 years are anything to go by, then it tells you that President Ruto believes in being on car roofs and talking to people, doing politics. And I must also tell you that he has redeemed the office of president because I saw him the other day in Nairobi, leading the song Kasongo, oh, yeah, and telling people what other names they want to give. If you look at former presidents and the stature of that office, because of this modus operandi, it has actually affected this particular, the way people view this particular office. So the answer to your question lies in himself. When he sits down to work, when he plans what to do the following day, when he sits in cabinet, what is the major motivation? Is it service to the people or, politics and commercial interests? Okay.
But we've seen him talk to leaders. He's held several meetings, not just political leaders, now even with governors.
Probably before Goyo comes, kindly, there's something that I forgot to say, kindly, and I don't like interrupting you. It's about the markets that Honorable Goyo talked about. I think we need to also look at, we should think what priorities should we have. Because when you look at these markets, and they are a good thing, but I don't know what my colleague thinks. But you'll see a storied market structure in some rural place. And as much as I do, that most of the people that buy, like foodstuffs, sukuma, cabbages and all that, they want to something they can pick as they go home. I mean, you look at a rural market structure that has, upper floors, and they are basically just structures. Nobody will even go up there. So we need to ask ourselves, and I think this is something that the president may consider if he thinks it's right. What is our priority? Because if you ask me, health should be the topmost priority. Number 2 should be education. And for now, for example, we are transiting grade 9s to grade 10, where they are supposed to pick pathways. But the cry in every other school is, have we prepared this? Have teachers even been able to identify the competencies of these learners before they join a grade 10, where they're supposed to pick a pathway? Or not. Okay. Why I'm saying that, would we have better spent the monies that we are spending on markets? I think it would have been a better priority to to equip schools with labs and what have you, because how do you now know which particular student will join STEM when they have not been exposed to any, to any lab or something like that? So I think it's time that government started, prioritizing its agenda depending on the most urgent needs and the most important needs. Okay. And I'm not trying to say that markets are not important, but we should just prioritize matters. I mean, pending bills that my friend talked about. This is non-payment of pending bills is what is affecting people, and that's why people are saying there is no money in the pockets. Okay. Because if these bills were settled, then there'll be a lot of money, doing the rounds in the market, in the economy, and everybody would be better off. So I think priorities is something that President Ruto and his government need to think about.
I want us to interrogate what the role of governors would be in this trip to the mountain, because President William Ruto summoned governors to State House for a meeting in planning that. There's projects that are carried out by the county government. The